All right, guys, welcome back. It is Black Friday, and I'm in the shop. I am not going shopping today. The one thing that I wanted to buy is not on sale anywhere I can find, so look at this. 756 gas, 856 diesel, and 756 diesel all lined up in here, and that's about to change. We're gonna have another round of Tetris today. That one, the head for it is on there. It needs to go to the shop, so it's gonna be here a while yet. 856 is leaving. I've got a broken bolt for the platform, and it's spongy because of that. And that's gonna get fixed, and that ain't gonna be any fun, I'm sure of it, but such is life. Probably got some other small things to do to this tractor. I don't know. It's staying for time being. Got the drawbar back on the 856. The new out piece that I bought off my buddy Larry got installed. I hate this tube, the way the previous owner did that, but such is life. It is what it is, all those cliches. It's really not hurting anything, so until I can get some more parts and get that changed, that's the way it's gonna be. But we can do drawbar work, and that's the main thing. The 856 is gonna go out in the machine shed. The far red building, and the narrow front 45 and the 400 are going to move in here because I have things I want to do to them. I brought my prime mover in yesterday because they're talking snow tonight, tomorrow, and possibly large amounts of it. So I got a little gas for there. We'll check the hydraulic fluid because this stupid thing does leak a little bit. I don't know, maybe I'll live long enough to work on it. Probably wouldn't hurt to do it. It's been 3 years since I changed the oil. Of course, I don't hardly use it, so not a big deal, but should be on the radar. Anyway, I'm gonna shut this off and I will bring you back when something happens. Oh, I don't know. Just because we're in the shop, we're talking about shop projects, I guess. This is a really nice old well, what I hope will one day be a really nice old post-vise. I got the screw broke loose the other day. It was stuck. I think it's a 6-inch, 7-inch. It's heavy, I'll tell you that. About all I could do, of course it was in one piece, to get it up there on the bench. I would love to save that original bolt, but it is, the joint's froze and that bolt's got to get loosened up, and I hold no illusion that that's going to happen, so we're just going to gas axe it. And then I'll be able to get the joint loosened up. Once I get her all tore apart, we'll I don't know, I'm not going to paint it or anything, I don't think. I just want it operable. Then I got to figure out where to put it. That'll be the hard part. Anyway, I'll bring you back when we get to moving tractors or something. All right, it's several hours later, and I'm finally back. The 856 made it out to the big machine shed with no difficulty, but that didn't happen until I went out to get these two. These are the two I wanted to get in here. Got little projects for them before it snows, maybe. This one, I believe that the shifter gasket, the cover gasket, which is probably original, yeah, who knows, maybe it's been off, maybe it hasn't, whatever. It's got a little bit of a leak, and I've got a gasket, so I'm gonna tear all that stuff off of there and change it. So that's, I wanted to get that done this winter. The 400 has got an issue with its power steering torque generator that I want to try to fix. I'm gonna have to do some research on that. And I've got a new, to me, horseshoe procured, so that this one that's had a piece welded on it and been bastardized can come off, and I don't know, it can go to scrap or belong to somebody else, I don't care, but it's going away. I've got to get the other one home. As I was walking out to the machine shed to get these two, you can't make this stuff up. I thought, man, I should have brought the camera and we could have done some cold starts. It was about 12 degrees overnight. It's almost 30 now. Of course, that's after the fact, quite a while. This tractor got electronic ignition last year because it was giving me fits trying to start it with the points. Well, it lit right off. I mean, instantly. Good girl. Got it warming up. Got the Dodge out of the way. It's going to get to live over there in the driveway this winter. Lucky Dodge. Anyway, I get on the 400 and I'd turn the fuel on and I hit the starter, and before I could even pull the choke out, it was running. But not for very long. And it died. Then I cranked and cranked and cranked on it. And it fired once and ran for about a half a second. And that was it. And got to the point that we had to put a battery charger on it. And then I'm thinking, I can smell the gas because I choked it and probably flooded it and everything else. So I'm thinking, well, points must have got fuzzy sitting here. Track down the point file points, no help. I put that away already, but maybe this will help somebody. And I'm not positive where I bought this, but if I had to hazard a guess, I'm going to say it came from the tool guy, and he sets up at different shows, and he's always at Hutchinson, Minnesota at the Orange Spectacular. And this is the device, and you pull a plug wire off and you put that in line, and every time it sparks, that lights up. Pretty handy. Like I say, I could smell the gas. I knew it wasn't fuel. So I traipse back over here, get that thing found, knock that on the ground. That's pretty good. My little door pockets are over full already. That didn't take long. Anyway, get over there and I put it in line on number 4 spark plug wire, and it sparked a couple of times, but there was a long time in between. I'm like, I've got erratic, weak spark. Probably a condenser. Well, pop the cap off. Condenser, it needs a distributor cap. I don't know why I didn't put a cap on it when I got this tractor running. The rotor, points, condenser, and wires, I've replaced all that. Not the cap, and it needs one, and it will get one. I'm gonna have to get to town to get parts. But I looked at that condenser and I thought, man, it's a new Eklund condenser. It doesn't have much runtime on it. Probably a coil. Happen to have, you see it says right there, 12 volt. No external resistor required. Yep, well, we're gonna have to do something better, but I drove it over here with the spark tester in line. I just wanted to get it over here and get it in the shop. And now that it's here, we can work on it. It's like I say, it's just about 30 degrees now, and it took me several hours in between shooting that first segment and actually getting these two over here. And the butterflies have left, folks. You couldn't chase a butterfly now if you wanted to. I kind of wanted to earlier, but like I say, they're gone. So I don't know, I may dream up something else to do to this tractor while it's here. That gasket is my big focus. Like I say, on this 400, well, we want to get the coil anchored down now. That'll be important. New cap. I want to figure out what is wrong with the torque generator, because I assume that there's something, we've got hydraulic pressure leaking by internally, because it wants the motor. Like when the oil was cold today, the front wheels just did that. And when the oil's hot, it doesn't, you can barely tell you've got power steering. That, and get that horseshoe changed. What else? There's more that could be done to this tractor. I'd like to affect this. Yeah, we'll get a pull of coolant out to do that. That'll be great. I love that. But anyway, I'd like to clean that up and be rid of that. I don't know. That may not happen. That's just, no, that's a previous owner thing that, time will tell. I don't know. I'm kind of rambling now. It's about 2:30. Before I forget, I got the post-vise out here. I cut that nut off of there. I have got that bolt to move, but not very well. And I can't, this may be a tapped hole, no more than it's wanting to move. So, but I can't, even with that 36-inch pipe wrench, I can't get it to unscrew. But I need help, or I need to get this anchored. If I could get this stupid thing anchored down, we're going to work on that after I shut this camera off. But I did get the jaws to work a little bit. I sprayed it liberally with Zep. So yeah, that's where we're at with that. I don't know, probably ought to put the torch back in the building. I'll shut you guys off and bring you back if anything fun happens. All right, well, I've been working on this post-vise this afternoon. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I got the screw all nice and free. It's oiled up. Working good. Okay. I thought that was going to be the worst part of this job, and I was wrong. The worst part of this job was the bolt that holds that moving jaw. The 7/8 bolt, and I actually twisted the head off of it. I had a 36-inch pipe wrench and about that much pipe on the wrench, and I thought, whoa, it's finally starting to turn easier. Snap! So that's when we decided it was time for the gas axe. That's still hot. so I'm gonna let it sit there and cool off a while before I bring it back indoors. I really didn't do anything else with the tractors today. I don't know, I kind of want to get this vise operational, and then I can set it aside and move on. But I think I'm just gonna wind this one up for today. Thanks for watching.